What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea, where Chelsea have just drawn 1-1 against West Ham. There's more points dropped. I'm here with Jack, and yeah, I'll be real, let's just get straight to the player ratings. Thibaut Courtois.
Did nothing today, really. Yeah, I'll be honest, it's a bog standard performance for me.
West Ham didn't really threaten us that much.
Exactly, we outshot them 5-1 at the end of the day. They didn't, so yeah, nothing to do really. I'd go right down the middle. We weren't amazing, yeah, 5.
5, all right, fair. Straight into the middle of the back three, Gary Cahill. Solid at times, but other times he was shaky as hell. His mistake did lead to Hernandez's equaliser.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just feeling too flat to give any of these people over 5, really, to be honest with you, mate. I'll go
There's
4.
a couple I'd give over 5. A couple.
Yeah, I'll give him a 4.
4. Yeah, okay, 4's fair. Rudiger played brilliantly today. He put 100% into everything. I'd give him a higher rating than 5 at least.
Yeah, maybe a 6, but at the end of the day, we didn't win the game.
I know, but you can't. I can't say Rudiger had a bad game. I thought he was one of the best players on the pitch.
He may well have been, but I mean, all right. I'll tell you what, for you, mate, I'll go to a 7 or an 8.
Cool, we'll go 7. We'll go 7. As for Equator, not really much to say other than solid.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6.
6. Victor Moses, I thought he was a lot better than what we usually see of him. He was taking on players successfully. He had some good shots. He had some decent crosses as well, but then on the other side, he slowed down the play a lot as well. It was inconsistent-ish from him.
I mean, he loves to be inconsistent, doesn't he? He does it week in, week out, and I'll be honest, I was calling for him to get taken off, man. He was just I'm sorry, but in the second half, I just didn't feel he was doing much. First half, yeah, but second half, I think he needed to go. Like, I'd give him a 4 or 5, to be honest with you, mate.
Should we say 5?
Yeah, I didn't see what you saw in there, unfortunately, but you know.
Marcus Alonso, with him, I didn't see much today. I didn't see a lot.
I thought out of the 2 wing backs, especially in the first half, he probably sat back more than Moses. I know the ball went over that side as much, but I didn't feel he was as involved as he could have been, especially when there were times where the ball was coming loose on the edge of the area. I'd give him a 5 as well. I mean, he made it to 90 minutes, but I'd give him a 5.
Yeah, you know what? 5's fair. N'Golo Kante, bruv, if we didn't have Kante, we'd probably be back in 10th again.
Okay, I've got to say, he did make a goal-saving tackle. He did. Now, he always puts a shift in. A fair play to him. Now, I'd say I'd give him a 7, because although
7's fair.
Yeah, he's in the midfield and probably should be pulling a few more strings in a game like that. You know, I'd give him a 7. No, it was just for the goal-saving tackle and, well, game-saving tackle, really, because it ended up 1-1. So, yeah, 7 for him. 7
for Kante, I'll agree with you on that. On to Cesc, and this one wasn't a good performance from him. I just didn't see anything from him today, and I've been saying it for so long. He does not fit in the midfield too. This isn't a formation that suits him, and it showed again today.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's more of a, for a Chelsea now, I think he's more of a sub. I wouldn't say starter.
I agree.
But then again, we haven't really got any players who can start ahead of him, I don't think, anyway, because I don't think Drinkwater, as much as I'd like to see him start, I just don't think he's got the quality to start over Fabregas, and that's the problem, really. He's probably the best option out of 3 people.
It's my case with Conte. He hasn't been given the players he wants.
Yeah, well, it's another time to be talking about that, really. But I mean, you know, me and you disagree on Conte at the moment. But yeah, I'd give him a 4, mate. I just didn't see nothing. Maybe even a 3. Like
3, 4. I'll be real. I'll leave that to you guys, because I can't even decide whether it's a 3 or a 4 with him. Moving on to the front three, Eden Hazard. I thought until about the 60th or 70th minute, I thought was Eden Hazard back to his best. But then, as we slowly got towards the end of the game, I felt he just started doing too much again and started overthinking, and he went back to his old ways. If he played the same way, if he played in the second half the same way he played in the first half, I'd be saying he was our man of the match.
Yeah. No, I'll give you that. He was first half, definitely was quality. I think he was. The good thing for me is he was showing a bit actually though in that game. I mean, he was looking to try and strike the ball a lot. But yeah, do you know what? He's been very inconsistent recently, and he just hasn't turned up recently. I think this was the perfect time for him to score a goal and get a winner.
Yeah.
I will say, some of the balls he was looking for were good. They were good. They didn't come off, but they were good. But obviously, that is the main thing. They didn't come off. So, 5, 5, 6, no, 6, I'll say 6. I'll say 6 because his first
6.
half performance probably merited a little bit of a higher score.
6, I'll agree with you. Willian now. Felt more the same with him as well. I thought he had a great start, but then slowly started to dip downwards towards the end of the game as well. It's kind of the same story.
Yeah. I mean, I think he was less influential in Hazard that game.
Yeah,
influential is a strong term, but because of that, I'd give him a 5.
I'll go 5 for Willian, 6 for Hazard. Alvaro Morata, 2 offside goals, but other than that, was just kind of invisible, really.
0.
I'd give him a 3. Simple.
Yeah, you know what?
No, you're being nice. You're being too nice. He's consistently shite.
Yeah.
You need to give him some
There's monetisation.
I think he should. Right, okay. What I will say is that there were times, and you were sitting next to me, you know, I was getting proper fucking pissed off with Morata when he just weren't being strong enough, because that's what he's been doing all season, being a little pussyhole.
Now monetisation's definitely gone.
I'm sorry, but there was a situation where I think it was Masuaku, and it was in the corner, and the ball was rolling away. If that was Drogba, he'd be smashing into, be getting into him. That's what a London derby's about. You want to win the ball back, you get into your player. Yeah, you get into him and you try and win the ball back. Don't just be like, that's it. Sorry, mate, that was a bit hard. It was just. I'm sorry, but okay, I'll go with 2. I'm going to go with 2, actually. I pissed myself. You made me piss myself off because of him, so I'm going to go 2.
I won't give him a higher rating, so you can have that too. Moving on to the subs bench. Pedro, didn't see much from him.
Nah, 4.
4. Who else have we got? Giroud. Hold-up play was pretty good from him.
Yeah.
I'd give Giroud a 5.
Yeah, he should have come on earlier.
But it's right, he didn't have enough time to really have much of an impact. The impact he had was sustainable, it was powerful.
Yeah.
So I'd give him 6.
Yeah.
5 or 6.
Agreed.
And was there a third sub?
No.
There wasn't a third sub.
Can I put one forward? I want to give the fans a 10 out of 10 today.
They were up for it today.
Not only that, tributes to Ray Wilkins.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Dave obviously got the banner out, got that all prepared. That was amazing. The fans singing his name, fantastic. The tributes down at his picture down on the shed wall, absolutely beautiful. Fantastic today.
Also want to say rest in peace to Ray Wilkins and condolences to his family and his friends at this time.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll give the fans a 10 there. I thought that was honestly one of the best atmosphere I've seen this season from the fans. What rating did you guys give Conte?
6.
We have to
I don't think it was his fault today. Today wasn't his fault.
It was a pretty standard Conte. I mean, I think the substitutions, he was very reactive. I think a lot of people have said that today.
Yeah.
So I'd say that needs to change his game. But overall, team selection with what he has, he went with the best team. He fielded the best options. I don't know. I think a 5 or a 6 is fair. Just a very balanced performance.
I just wanted to see Hudson-Odoi somewhere in that lineup, somewhere.
Get him out.
Is he on the bench?
Get him out.
Is he on the bench?
No,
Was he on the
not
bench?
even on the bench.
Not even on the bench.
Didn't even make the bench, man. I tell you.
But yeah, if you guys agree, if you guys disagree with any of our ratings, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to 100% Chelsea.
Make sure you check us out. Make sure you vote for us in the FBAs. There'll be a link to that down in the description as well. Voting closes next week, I believe, or the week after. So vote for us in the best young content creator categories, because let's face it, we're very young. Best video, best football club fan channel, and best video content.
And if there's also something about vlogging, help me out.
Yeah, that's the channel, Lewis. It's on the channel.
Oh, remember, he did become a meme last week.
He
as
did
well.
become.
Very proud of that, my friend.
Yes. No. Shit. Oh, I think we all know what that meme was.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to 100% Chelsea, and we will see you guys at Southampton, where let's try and see if we can do something, innit?
Please.